Let's be real, there's nothing more frustrating in medical billing than getting that invalid diagnosis or CPT code denial, right? It feels like hitting a brick wall. But here's the thing, it's absolutely not a dead end. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through a super clear, step-by-step process to turn those annoying rejections into actual paid claims.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to break down what this denial really is, get you prepped for the call, cover the exact questions you need to ask, find the fastest path to getting it fixed, and wrap it all up with a handy little checklist you can use every single time.
All right, so first up, the invalid code denial. Let's really get to the bottom of this problem.
So, when you see this denial, here's what's actually going on. The insurance carrier isn't doubting the service you provided. Nope. They're questioning the language you use to bill for it. They're basically saying, hey, the procedure code or the diagnosis code you sent us, it's just not computing in our system. It's either wrong, not specific enough, or just invalid for some reason. Our whole job is to figure out exactly why.
Okay, next section, preparing for the call. This is all about gathering your tools so you can have a really effective conversation.
And your first line of defense is going to be a cheat sheet. Seriously, think of it as your command center. It organizes all the critical info you'll need for any denial call. Having everything right there means no awkward fumbling, no, can you hold on a sec? It just immediately tells the insurance rep that you mean business.
So what absolutely has to be on this cheat sheet? Well, you've got to have your provider info ready to go. That's the tax ID or provider ID number. Then, of course, the patient's information, their ID number, name, date of birth. You'll need the specific claim details like the date of service and the total amount you billed. And hey, don't forget your own callback and fax numbers. Having all this handy means you get right to the point, no time wasted.
Okay, on to our next section, asking the right questions. This is the investigation phase.
So, what are the exact questions to ask the insurance representative? Because honestly, everything depends on asking the right questions. They're like keys that unlock the exact reason for the denial and, more importantly, how to fix it.
Okay, here's your 4-step script. 1. Get the basics. You got to ask for the denial date and the claim number. You need those for your notes. 2. Investigate the why. This is the big one. You ask, can you tell me exactly why this CPT or diagnosis code is considered invalid? 3. Check what they have on record. Just ask, which diagnosis code did you actually receive with the claim? You'd be surprised how often it's just a simple mix-up. And finally, number 4, you start exploring solutions. Ask them, can this claim be rebilled if we add a modifier? This question shows you're already looking for a way forward.
All right, next up is the path to resolution. Now it's time to take action on what you've learned.
So, the solution is usually pretty clear at this point. If the denial can be fixed with a simple code correction or by adding a modifier, then what you need to do is send the claim straight to the coding department. But, and this is super important, you have to give them really detailed notes. I mean, explain exactly what needs to be changed for the resubmission. Don't just say, fix this. Tell them who you talked to, the call reference number, and precisely what code needs to be added or changed. That's how you close the loop.
Okay, let's do a quick recap with your denial-busting checklist. Think of this as a summary of your new workflow.
And here it is, your checklist for success. First, prepare with all your provider, patient, and claim info. Then, ask for that denial date and claim number. Next, investigate why the code is invalid and which diagnosis they actually received. After that, inquire if a modifier could solve the problem. And finally, act by sending clear, detailed notes to your coding team for correction. It's that simple. You know, it's amazing how one simple question can turn what looks like a write-off into actual revenue. The real question is, are you asking the right ones?